can't help them. All of them, out there. All of this. Meaningless conflict, death, decay, entropy beyond anything prior. You're fully functional, but what use are you here? What use are we? Death is barely a factor outside of those doors, neither is life. Just endless suffering. Combatant after combatant, playing with the very structure of reality itself. What can we do? Well, answer me! I'm sorry, old girl. Truly, I am. It's just there are so many distress calls out there. I have tried. I really have. I used to believe there was a place for the Doctor in a war such as this. Even when I was a doctor, no more I believed it, deep down. But now? It's no use. It's just another distress call amongst a cacophony of chaos. This bloodshed is now the symphony of the universe, effortlessly drowning out the music of the spheres. There is nothing I can do! Please, just stop! Please! I can't do this! I won't do this! You can't expect me to do this! I'm tired. If you have nothing more to say, I'm retreating. Who's there? Your guardian angel. Your voice sounds familiar. I can't quite see you. It's quite the theatrics you have going on. Bright purple light. A smoke machine, no doubt, and just enough going on to hide who you are. No smoke machine needed, thank you very much. I'm here because you need to be out there fighting the good fight. It's imperative that you are. Says who? Reveal yourself. I am the Arkytekt, and I'm here because your remnant is far from being all over. I have traveled to many worlds, and to many universes through the entirety of time and space. But there is one limit, one sector of the universe upon which no one must dare venture into. This wild sector, this untamed galaxy, is prone to wild, unpredictable, and dangerous events, locked away behind a wall of time. But there are many tales that can be told from this mysterious underworld, and I like to call these stories the Remnants. Far from being all over, eh? Someone hasn't been paying attention. Far from it. I've been watching you with great interest. Well, I often get the feeling I'm being watched. Well, it's either me or the witnesses. Witnesses? Never you mind about that. I don't like what you've done to the place. Bit dusty. Decaying. All TARDISes are. Well, I know that. You could still use it once in a while rather than drifting aimlessly in space. Who are you to comment on my life and how I intend on spending it? A friend, a helper, your guardian angel. There's no room for guardian angels in this war. Far from it. It's garnered quite the attention from higher beings such as I. So, what do you want? We'll get to that. For now, it's time we took a visit to my domain. And why would I trust you enough to come with you? Oh, come now. I have trustworthy eyes, do I not? Your eyes, your appearance. To me, it's all the more reason not to trust you. Is that self-pity or self-hatred? Either way, not deserved. And what if I refuse to come with you? Okay. I'm going to give you a choice. You can sit here and wallow in your self-pity and hatred, cradled to your precious time machine until a Dalek makes its way into here and exterminates you. Which, by the way, is how your remnant now ends without me here. Or you can walk with me through the light and rediscover that you have meaning within this universe. Well, to be frank, it all sounds a bit too good to be true. You're still rediscovering that you have meaning within this dreadful war. But why suffer at the hands of an internal conflict when you're already at the mercy of an external one? You have a point. I'm still rather skeptical, but you are incredibly persistent. And you're right. You do have trustworthy eyes. That's the spirit. Now, walk with me. This way. Yes, this way. Oh, don't tell me. A yellow brick road is about to appear. We're not going to Oz. That still awaits you. Well, I've already been once. What more is there to do there? Spoilers. Well, we're certainly not in Kansas anymore. Don't worry about feeling overwhelmed. This place does do that to beings from your will. As impressive as this is, I'm far from overwhelmed. I take it this is your home? No place like it. But I am beyond such concepts. Just who are you? I told you. I'm the Arkytekt. Okay then. What are you? An Eternal. Have we met before? Why bring me here? Well, that depends on your point of view, and you're here because of your importance. Ever so cryptic. It's infuriating, isn't it? Not enjoying the companion role, are you? Role? Everyone has a role in this vast multiverse. Have you been watching this universe recently? There are no roles anymore. I demand you tell me why you brought me here. You don't believe that. Not really. You may look down upon us with such certainty. I'm going to assume that you're one of those non-interference types, but I've been out there, seen it all, been in the middle of this conflict. There are no roles anymore. There is no story to be told. You are only saying that because you are in the middle of it, not because you actually understand what is going on or why. None of that matters. I've come to terms with that. You truly believe there is no place for you in this narrative, don't you? Something like that. Yeah. It's time I showed you just how wrong you are. I'm usually one of those non-interference types for a reason, but I get involved when I have to. I know a race of people you get along with very well. You would be mistaken. Follow me. If you insist. Are we nearly there yet? Quit your whining! Can we at least have a conversation? Like, what exactly do you know about me? From the Time Flies to a member of the Slovene family to the Trickster and so much more. You live a busy life, Doctor. No wonder you were in so many of my remnants. You're just one big fan, aren't you? Truly beyond such terms. I tell your stories as remnants. And remnants are... every day you live, every adventure you lead, and the trillions upon trillions of life forms you save, leave footprints. Stories never documented nor told. That's where I come in, and that's what remnants are. The stories we leave behind. In a manner of speaking. What's your favorite, though? Oh, come now, Doctor. I tend to be impartial when it comes to my stories. You must have a favorite. I won't tell anyone. Oh, it has to be the one with the weeping angel, or the one with you and James on that bench. Then again, there is also a personal remnant to you that I revisit every so often that I just entitled Self-Reflection. You lead a busy life. It's hard to pick just one. Most of them aren't even my stories to tell. From being impartial and hesitant to pick a favorite, to listing a few of my adventures like a top 10 list. I knew you were a fan. Let's just settle on keen observer, shall we? There's nothing embarrassing about being a geek anymore. If anything, some of the best human beings are nerds. I am not a human being. Well, the point still stands. Now, if we take a left here... this is the room. What room? Take a look inside. If you insist. This mirror, right here, will show you all your other selves still out there, fighting the good fight. I don't see a mirror. It's more of a concept. Of course it is. What do you see? They're all in similar predicaments. All fighting in this war. All dying. All playing their part. There is more than that. There is always more than that. The very fact that there are doctors out there in this war, it's weaving the narrative together. All of them have a part to play in getting the right doctors to the right points. And what will that achieve? From what I've seen, this narrative, as you call it, this narrative that we're currently in, is devoid of all hope. Devoid of meaning or chances or structure or... Every story must end eventually. Every narrative must come to a conclusion, and that conclusion is dependent on the actions we take now. That is what I believe. The actions you take. No narrative is devoid of all hope. That's where you come in. Just how many of me are there out there? Now, that would be telling. In some universes and timelines, we've met before, and in some, you have no idea I even exist. But you once helped me fulfill a wish of mine. I take it you don't mean me. For the most part, you're all the Doctor at the end of the day. I tend not to distinguish between you all. I only do so while telling your many remnants to the witnesses, giving you labels like, in your case, purple. Out of sheer curiosity, what was this wish of yours that a version of me helped you fulfill? That's irrelevant. It's between me and him, but I'm grateful to you all. And is that why you're helping us? Gratitude? Not particularly, but I understand your importance. I understand your role within this narrative, and I suppose it is true that I have a somewhat begrudging respect for you. Well then, it's a pleasure to be of service. What do you need me to do exactly? The specifics are beyond me, but I need you to intercept a message that has been calling out across the narrative from the very end of it. A message from whom exactly? When you knew them, they were known as Megan Williams. But times have changed and she is no longer your once ever so faithful companion. Megan? Now don't get it twisted. This isn't necessarily your Megan. This situation is more complicated than even you can possibly comprehend. I remember dying. The one with the little red coat. Dying, and she was there. Till the very end. Daleks and vampires come into it at some point. It's best not to strain your mind over it. Timelines being rewritten, unwritten and all that. But we can get through this, and you can save her. By intercepting this message? The message itself is being, and always has been, sent to what you deem your 12th incarnation. But it's misleading, and your last self's last words are a misdirect. Why would I misdirect Megan with my final words, and why would Megan want to misdirect me? That is if she knows that this is a misdirect. Aren't you listening? Because she is no longer Megan, and your past self didn't know any better. How am I supposed to understand this if you won't tell me what Megan is now? If I were to tell you too much, it could derail the entire narrative, making this unholy situation far, far worse and unstoppable. You don't actually know, do you? That worries me. This conflict has clouded my sight. I could lend you my glasses if you'd like. I don't know the specifics, and I don't know how this story ends, but I'm just trying my best to guide everyone and everything in the right direction. Okay, so, You want me to intercept this message and then what? Report back to you? No, that won't be necessary. Just continue being the Doctor and fight the good fight. Even when there seems like no hope, you are the beacon that everyone looks towards. Perhaps try looking in a mirror once in a while. Feels like I am at the moment. Very funny. My point still stands. Get back out there and you will come to understand that your very existence can only help the universe. And what's the fee for all this therapy? Consider it free of charge. Good luck out there, Doctor. Go and be radical. How did you know? Perhaps we're not so different. Bye. Farewell, Doctor. Until our paths cross again. Oh, I have no doubt they will. Right then, dear. Turns out I was wrong, and Lord knows I hate admitting that. But the universe does need us after all. And there they go, back out into the universe, fighting the good fight. Ready to find out what happened to what was Megan and send that message. Ready to right the wrongs that now prevail and ready to be the Doctor once again. What a happy ending. But fear not, listener. Plenty more doom and gloom to come. This narrative is far from being all over. I'll be seeing you